Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to day two of Linux fundamentals. Okay, so as we discussed before, right, you guys are clear with day one things and all, like how we introduced our Linux operating system and architecture and some of the basic commands of Linux. And we discussed about how you can connect to any Linux machine using a putty. It's a software. And then we see a couple of commands running on Linux shell, and we created a couple of folders and files, and we removed files from the red directories and the different file location, and we got to know like how we can traverse between multiple folders in a Linux. Okay, so based on the session, we got clear understanding about some very basic fundamentals of Linux OS. And today on day two, we'll be discussing more about some of the admin activities, and we'll discuss about how you can write a shell script. Okay, these are the two main things we'll cover today. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, as you said yesterday, right, you can ask me in chat box. Okay, so I will be replying, and you can unmute yourself if you have a question, if you want to explain a scenario, something like that. Okay. So we'll start with the user management. Okay, for example, see, we are three people, right? Currently, we have Vamsi, Saida, and Harika. Okay, so for example, Vamsi joined new to the team, so he need access to our systems, and he need to access to our SharePoint, different locations. Okay, so how it all can be done using commands. Okay, at the back end, there will be admin who will do adding Vamsi to our portal and Vamsi to our groups. These kind of things will be handled by admin. They will use these type of commands. Nowadays, people don't use command. There will be automated script there. Once they run with the particular user ID, it will get required access. Okay, that's how it will go. So coming here, right, we have first we have like adding or removing users. The command will be like user add and user modification. Adding means adding user to the Linux machine, and you can delete an user as well by using command user del. Okay, and for example, you will raise a request, right, to reset your passwords. At the time, they will use a password to the new user, or they can set old any other password to the user. Okay, these are the different commands we can use to manage your user IDs. Okay. And then we have something like group management. Yesterday we discussed a scenario, right? Like we are having a tester and development groups. How you can add Vamsi to development group and Harika to testing group. So using these commands, group add, that will create a new group to the user. For example, if you sorry, group add, right, that will create a new group. For example, here we are creating a group add developers, so that will create a developers group. And if you somebody wants to as a if you want to, for example, you wanted to add Vamsi to this new group, that developers, then we'll use this particular command, user mod. So basically we are modifying current user configurations like user mod -ag, group name and username. That's the syntax for that. So whenever you run this command, right, so that new user who are part of who is a regular user, he will be part of developers group. Okay, he will be part of developers group, and he will get all the access whatever developer can do. Just like for example, there is a tester, someone, then we can create a group called group add tester. Then we'll get access to tester functionalities. Okay. And this is another thing like permissions with groups. For example, there are two folders. One is used by testers and another one is used by developers. You want to give a specific permission to specific persons and all. At that time, what you can do, you can use this particular command chown. This is the command. Using this command, you can provide access to specific users and groups to access that particular file name. See, for example, here, changing ownership. ch own new user developers file txt. So this file.txt will get ownership for the developers. So new user can access to this particular file using this ch own command. Just like we discussed before, chmod, if you want to add any other privilege access to that particular user, right, you can use this chmod command. So we'll give a trial and errors with these commands and we'll see how it will work. I already connected to putty here. Okay, we have command called user add, right? First command. Let's, let me see, I have access to do this user add. So I'm just restarting my VM again. This software is a Oracle virtual machine. Okay, you can use this to create, for example, if you want to try Linux in your Windows machine, you can use this. And there is some other alternative called WSL. You can use that one as well. Mm. We are just logging into our Linux machine. Command will be user add new user. Okay, so now we are having a sudo access in this machine. Sudo is nothing but administrative access, just like in your Windows machine, we will have administrator, right? He can do everything. Just like in Linux, whenever you use sudo command, right? So you can do everything. I'm just giving very high level. There are so many things involved with sudo. Just you can refer to that later. Okay. So present, I'm creating a new user called IT Vizag or something. Okay, let me do sudo user add. So, okay, the user got created. Now what we need to do? So if you see, right, cd slash home, as per yesterday's discussion, whenever new user got created, right, there will be folder will be created for that user. Here we are having two folders. One is IT Vizag user, another one we have new user because we run this previously. Okay, now what I will do, right, now I'm setting a password for new user. How I can do? You can use command sudo passwd. So you're setting a password for that user. I'm setting for a new user as new user. So I need to provide a user password. I'm giving new user. So there is a privilege. Okay, the password is shorter than 8 characters. Okay, new user. Okay, let me do that again.
Uh, Once I'm sharing the screen,
Yeah, yes, you're unable to see.
yeah, I could see only this PPT now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me share entire screen. So, okay, let me start this again. So basically, I'm using command called password new user, passwd new user. So what it will do, right? It will create a new password for the user. So now we need to enter the password. I'm entering something like this. Okay, now we set new password for that particular user. Okay, now mm, we want to create a group. Okay, to create a new group, right? What do we need to do? There is a command for to create a group that is called user add. Sorry, group add. So what it will do, it will create a new group. So I'm creating a new group. Command will be group add, and the group will be, let me do test. See, that's why we need to use sudo before group add tester. So now we got new group, new group got created. For example, you wanted to see all the groups in your Linux machine, all list of groups in Linux machine. How we can do? So to get the list of groups, right, there is a command called get tenant. See, in this somewhere, right, you will have complete group details. So can anyone see tester group? See, this is the tester and this is the IT Vizag user, new user. So every user, there will be group for that particular user. Okay. In the same way, you whenever you created a group, add something, right, you will get something like this. So I'm creating group add as sudo group add. I'm running the same command again. What is that command? Get end group. Now we create a new group as a developer, DUVL. So that's how you will create a groups in Linux. Now it's time to assign a group to that particular new user. How you will add, which command you will use? Is there any command to add a group to the user? Sorry, to add user to a group? Okay, for that you need to use user MOD, it's like user modification. User MOD. I'm clearing it again. User. Before that, I need to use sudo user MOD space hyphen a capital G. What is our group name? Tester. And user will be new user. Okay. This is how you will create a new, sorry, you will add a new user to a group called tester. Okay, this is how you will run different commands at admin level. So you can follow the similar pattern for group deletion, and also you can try this one. Yesterday we done right, ch own user group. Just for the any file name, you can provide access something like this. Let me try this ch own user group file name. Let me go into. Yesterday we created some users, right? OS boxes. Okay, already part of that one. Like, okay, under downloads we create. So it will be like home. Under home we have downloads. Let me open our terminal. Actually, we are in sudo user, right? That's why we need to click on exit. Okay, if you see currently itwijak.txt as having a group called OS boxes. Now using our command, chown command, we'll add that to different group. First, we need to give user ID, user, and group called tester, and the file name is itwijak.txt. Okay, now I'm running the same command ls-ltr. We'll see what will happen. Okay, you guys see the difference now? Guys, can you observe the difference between these two? So one of them is having OS boxes here. Now we changed that to new user as the user and the tester as a group. That's how we updated the permissions of that particular file using command chown. Okay. Any questions till now?
No.
Okay. I'm unable to see my Zoom. Am I sharing my screen, right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we'll go back to presentation now. So we'll discuss about few more things. Okay, these are the commands when you will run. So you ever use it, for example, there is admin guy. He will ask, what is your IP address of your local machine, something like that. What we will do, we'll run a command called ipconfig in Windows. In the same way, we'll have something like ifconfig in Linux to get your local machine details. And you want to check testing connectivity between two servers or something. At the time, some people will use ping command, and we can use different commands. We can use telnet, and we can use some kernel commands to check the connectivity. Coming here, right? Let me try ping command. I This is a VM, right? So ping command won't work mostly. Ping. Actually, when you run that ping command, right, it will say like a number of bytes transferred for that particular website and all. In the same way, if you type if config, so you will get a complete IP address details for your machine, something like that. So maybe there is an activity like you have to run that if config and get that IP address and shared as an email or something. For example, there are some people will do that way. So at the time, they can use this particular command. Or else you want to check what is the IP address assigned to that particular machine. Then also you can check if config command. And we have some one more command that is like netstat, right? That is also another command to check connectivity. So similarly, we have multiple commands. Like for example, this is an example to check internet connection from that particular VM. Currently, this is our internal VM, right? So it's don't have any connectivity. If you want to see that, right? Like in in Windows also we have something like that. Ping google.com, you'll get something. Okay, that's how it will work. Similarly, in Linux also the working activity will be the same, but just a different UA and all. Okay, like yesterday we discussed about Linux machine, how people will update the softwares. Like for example, you have Python got installed on your Linux machine and you want to update that particular software. At the time, you will use the different commands. Currently, if you are using RHEL or Red Hat Enterprise Linux or Fedora, then you will go for yum command, yum. If you are using Ubuntu or Debian, you can go for apt command. So for example, you don't know how to use that command, then you will go like yum. So it will display like yum redirecting different things. For example, actually we don't have network connectivity here. That's why I'm showing it here. If you install, if you run yum update, right, it will update all the libraries in your Linux machine. Libraries, configurations and all. Let me try this. I don't think it will work, but this command has to be run with supervisor privileges. Okay, let me do this thing. Sudo yum. So basically here, right, we have CentOS is connected to internet. See, and it will get the details from something like this. Okay, then it will update the configurations. For example, if you see this one, right? So basically it's downloading speed and all, it will be displayed like that. Let me try one update here. Okay, it's don't have access, but here, right, M update will do this way. It will just run this particular command. It will download all the details from the internet and it will update the your softwares. You can say like softwares, but we call it as libraries and configuration, different things. See, for example, Anaconda, they upgraded to different version. So you can use this YUM command or DNF or APT commands to these kind of package management. Package is nothing but libraries are bundled into one single package. So to manage these kind of things, right, you can use APT or YUM command. See, installing a software. Currently, we are not installing any software in this machine, but you can use apt install package name and yum install package name. See, for example, if you want to install Python, right, there will be command from Python to install these packages. Just like, for example, you want to install a Python, right? You have to specify the specific version of your Python and all, so it will get those details. See, for example, here they are using DNF install Python 3. So previously there is a command mentioned right here, DNF command. So M or DNF both will do the same task here. So currently in this blog, right, they are working with DNF command to update to install the Python software. It will apply for all the different things. Like if you want to install Anaconda or if you want to install Flutter on your Linux machine. So everything you can go with the YAM or DNF. The things will be different. I mean, the commands execution will be different, but they will do the same job, either DNF or YUM. Okay. Okay, same thing. Like you can update the softwares and you can remove packages using yum commands. And then now we'll go into some interactive session with cell scripting and how you can use cell scripting different things. Okay. So until now we gone through different how user can be created, how user can be added to a group, and how you can update or install a software on very basic level, like how you can update the software using yum DNF commands. So basically, what I wanted to know, right? Like you should understand, like there is a command called YEM, and there is a command called DNF. There's a command called group add, user MOD, or ch own command. So these kind of commands, right, that will be useful when you are work with the Linux environment. So now we'll be introducing introduction to shell scripting. So you guys ever worked with any of the scripting languages like DOS, any scripting in Windows? All of you have connected through Windows machine, right? Okay,
Yes,
good.
from
Yeah, okay. Just, I mean, those people don't know, right? Just go to CMD. I mean, your command prompt in your Windows machine, and you can write DAT, date, or DIR. So basically, that will work using DOS, Windows MS DOS. That's the first operating system from Microsoft. Like previously, it comes with the MS DOS. Then on top of that, you can install your Windows machine. Okay, Faisal already working with Bash here. Okay, good to see that. So to give introduction to shell scripting, right? I mean, those who don't know about this one, like basically there will be basically we'll write a some scripting. Okay, to automate a specific task. Like for example, I want to do some automation. Like whenever I at every day at for example, just on the day end, right? For example, on every day at 6 p.m., I wanted to run one script. What it will do, it will collect all the error log generated for that particular day, and it will send out an email. So you can do that using cell scripting. Or else if you wanted to insert that into database, at that time also you can use this cell scripting. Or else you're doing a regular day job and you need to monitor a couple of logs. For example, yesterday we discussed tail of minus 10, that particular file name, to get the last 10 lines of the code from that particular file. So these kind of things, right, you can do with cell scripting very easily. For example, just imagine like there are hundreds of files. You need to monitor each and every file using a tail command. That will be tedious task. Instead of that, you can create a cell script. The cell script will run with the for loop, and it will go to each and every file and get the details and send it to you. So you just need to verify that 100 lines of files for each, instead of going through MBs or GBs of files. You just need a date command. You will use some date commands and you will get that particular information, and you will go through that. Okay, if you ask me any use case when you can use cell scripting, right? Basically, you can automate your daily day tasks. Okay, that's the main usage of cell scripting. And pay enterprise level, right? They will use for this thing only. And then it comes to system administration. For example, you can manage your users with cell script. Like for example, just like previously we discussed about this. For example, Vamsi newly joined to the team, and you need to grant a set of permissions. Then you can create a cell script. It's like, for example, I will be having multiple cell scripts. One is for tester, one is for developer, and one is for temporary employee, or one is for contractor. So whenever those people is onboarded, right, I will be running those scripts using their user ID. So that will be updated for all the users. And we discussed about batch processing. Batch processing, nothing but when you do things with multiple files instead of one, or you want to copy files from one location to another location for every 1 hour. At the time also you can go for cell scripting with some automate jobs in Linux. And we can do like log file management, just like you can check for error logs, or you can monitor different logs in your machine using these cell scripts. Or else, for example, whenever there is an update in the log file, error log file, you want to send an email to some users, set of group. You can do that using cell script. Another thing, like you can do network monitoring, like monitoring servers uptime, these kind of things. For example, see, I am unable to unlock system once it's got locked. Let me run this. So this server is up from past 382 days. Zero users, load average is 0.01. Okay, these kind of details you also can cell script. You can use cell script. So basically what it will do, it will run that uptime command and get the details and send an email to user. I'm just giving you very basic examples, but at enterprise level and project level, right, the use cases will be completely different. Okay. So you guys understand where people will use cell script? I guess we don't have much people, right? So what I feel, right, voice boxes. I'm getting one call, one sec. So now I'm creating a new folder here to work with I want to create some shell scripts here. Okay. I'm creating a new directory called, make a new directory cell. So the directory got created. I'm going to that directory. Now I want to create a file right now. Which command I need to use? Anyone? So to create a file, which command I need to use?
Touch command.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
Is it a touch command?
Yeah, you can use touch command, you can use VA command, anything. Now I'm doing using touch command and I'm creating a file called hello.sh. So that file got created. Now what I will do, I will edit that particular file. Okay, so just 1 second. Yeah, okay. So basically, do you know about C programming language? Anyone? Yes, okay. Touch, cat. Okay, we can use any of those commands. For example, when some people will use C command, C programming, right? I want to give an example. At the top, you will have something like headers. We have multiple headers. We have math function. We have stadia.h, konya.h. Based on your activity, you will use that one. In the same way, in shell scripting also, we have like something like bash, and we have something like zsh, and finally we have one like sh. Okay, these are the three different variations of shell interpreters. Okay, so basically most of the people will use bash. Okay, that's suitable for everyone. Okay, sh is very with minimal features. Did I mention this here? Okay, yeah. So basically, remember these things like BASH, ZSH, and SH. BASH is used for regular people, like most of the admins, most of the people will use the BASH, and a couple of them will use SH, where it will support only very minimal programming there. You cannot do much there. So, where am I? Okay. So basically, now I am creating a simple shell script to start with. First, I need to enter I in my keyboard. So that will be into insert mode. We'll start with hash. Like win. Okay. And then what I will do, echo, just like hello world, just like we people do that in labs. I created escape and WQ. I'm exiting from this particular shell script. Now I need to run this shell script. Hello.sh. So basically it's not running. Why? Okay. Because we don't have permissions to run bash from here. So now I need to give permissions to hello.sh. So what is that command? Chmod 755. So now I got that access, execute access. Now I can run hello.sh. So I'm printing hello world here. Okay, this is very basic example. And for example, like you want to see what is the disk monitoring, and you want to create a shell script for that. How you can do? Maybe you can I can modify the same script. Hello.sh. In the hello world only, I will put something. I will write a few more commands. There is a command called df-h that will give disk usage. So df-h, and I'm writing that disk usage to some folder, some file. That file will be like disk usage.txt. Just printing something like this. Disk usage dot. Comments are very important, very important. Like for example, you leave that particular project so others will understand what is happening there and all. Okay. So I said like a disk usage ended. Okay, that's it. I'm just saving it. Now I'm running that file again, hello.sh. So what will happen now? It will create a file called disk usage.txt, ls-ldr. See, there is a file called disk usage now. Now I want to open that disk usage like tail or head. So this is the details we are having in that particular file. The command is like df-h. So whenever you run that particular command, right, it will show all the file system, how much memory is consumed, and what is the usage, and what is the available memory, these kind of things. Okay. Okay. Now, so we can run some if loops, and if you want, you can run some for loops as well. Clear. Okay, so let me run a for loop here, hello.sh. But extension will be sh. That's for shell script. Vi for loop.sh. Again, I'm typing so that you will understand what I'm doing. Again, I need to run bin/bash, and you need to run I'm creating a for loop here. The for loop syntax will be for something like this. It's like for each in anything, like for each in either Python or PHP anywhere. Okay. So I'm giving like do echo. I want to iterate, and I want to do like iteration as something like $I to access this variable I from here to here. Once everything is done right, you will write done. So it's a simple for loop. It will iterate from 1 to 5, and it will give the response. Okay. Now I'm saving it. Escape colon WQ. Again, I need to change file permissions here. Okay, now I will run that particular thing. See, I got loop from 1 to 5. For example, if you want to increase that loop, right, you can increase that. Instead of 1 to 5, if you print 15, 1, 4. Escape, WQ. Again, I'm running that particular thing. So it's got printed from 1 to 50. That's how you will write for loops in shell script. You can see the syntax once again, just to understand, like for I in this one, and you can do something like, for example, you want to do some calculations here, right? $I plus 100 I'm giving. So let's see what will happen now. Okay, see what happened. So 1 plus 100, it then that it's not doing any arithmetic operation, just like it concatenated that particular value. Okay, for example, I want to modify something like this. Okay, let me do that arithmetic operation somewhere I mentioned here. Yeah. I'm just copying some passwords. I'm opening this variables.sh. So this is the one, okay. Yes, so all stuff. I'm just giving some variables and all. Val1 equal to 10, val2 equal to 20. Echo, I'm giving that values here. Okay, let's see what will happen. Chmod 755 variables dot sh. So it's still not taking any values. Yeah, I'm just checking few things here. Okay. Hmm. Okay, okay. I missed syntax. Mhm. So we are having a values val1 and val2. Okay, instead of that, we're doing one more program like to read values. Okay, that one has num1. So currently we are storing those values in num1 and num2. Now I want to print the values, something like this. So basically, okay. So basically previously I'm giving dollar, right? That's why it's not working. Now let me do this thing. We'll do the same thing. What we given val1 equal to 100, 10, val2 equal to 20, and val3 equal to 30, and val4 equal to 40. Now previously what we had done, we are using dollar operator. That's why it's not working. Now I'm adding these two again. Okay. It will be like dollar of val1 plus val2. But in the same way, I will do that for second one. Val3 plus val4. Now we'll understand where it's going wrong. See, second one, there is an error. And the first one, it's 10 plus 20, 30. Okay, so that is how you have to use. So this is working correctly. Okay, and these two, right, on these two lines, it's creating an error. So we cannot use like this. We can use something like this. Variable name equal to that particular value. That's how we will initiate values. Okay, I will show a couple of examples for email as well. Hmm, okay, so we have something like passing arg.ch. So for example, you want to read the values, right? And you want to add those values at the same time. For example, something like this. So for passing arg.sh space 1 space 2. Okay, what it will do, 1 will be replaced here and 2 will be replaced here. If you give 30 and 40, so it will get the values like 30 plus 40 equal to 70. That's how it will go. So basically $1 is refers to the first argument and $2 is refers to second argument. Yeah, okay. So $1 will be the first argument and $2 will be the second argument. Okay, now what I will do, right? Passing arg 1, 2. So the value is 3. You can pass like different values. And for example, if you want to modify that particular file, right? So I wanted to add one more thing here just to understanding. I'm giving $3. Okay, now the value is 73. That's how the passing arguments in shell script will work. And there is something called sending an email. So for that email also, currently Gmail got blocked here. So that's why you cannot send an email. But you can see send email.sh. So this is the command to send an email. So basically what we are doing here, right? Recipient email ID, subject line and body. And when we run this particular file, right, it will send out an email. I will try to run, let's see. So mailx -s is subject and then recipient email ID. And you will specify the body something like this. So it will be concatenated and it will send to the recipient. Okay, now I'm running that send email. I should receive an email. Let me log into my Gmail account. Okay, I have received an email. Hmm. Okay, so just now we sent this email. Okay, so ITYJ is nothing but the user ID of the user currently logged in. And this is some blank details from server. So basically it's sending an email with something like this. If you see the subject line, right? Subject line coming from here. Where is it? Okay. Subject line is coming from Okay, we see here subject is this. So we provided subject here. If you change this subject, right, you will get some different thing. And for example, you can automate something like this based on multiple user IDs. We can iterate different user IDs and you can send out an email. So those kind of things can be do by using this shell script. So there is one more example. We can validate user input using shell script. For that, you need to write some commands here. For example, you want to confirm like a user entered correct email ID or not. Okay, now validate user email ID. Okay, this is how you can use some regular expressions in your shell script. So, for example, you're running through a log file and you want to get this particular information. Like it starts with something like this. For example, consider IT Vizag only. Okay, there is an error file. Whenever it says IT Vizag 001. So based on that, I will create a regular expression here. So once I regular created that regular expression, right? Using that expression, I can validate. In this example, right, we are validating something like this. Starts with any of the characters like A to Z, and we can go with 0 to 9. Any numbers can be there, and we can go for underscore, hyphen, anything will be there. After that, we will have a at the rate. At the end, we'll have say dot here, and we have something details like .com or dot some text files and all. Anything we can have. Just like we're currently doing email validation, right? So this will be like this itvizag at the rate itvizag.com. This is the dot. So this is the complete regular expression to validate an email ID. So this is also something same way. You just need to click on escape WQ to save this file. And I'm running this particular file now. Validate email.sh. Now I can enter something like this. So the that is an valid email ID. Again, you are running something else. .com. So this is not any valid email ID. That's how things will work. So these are the different ways you can use shell script. Until then, you have any questions or you want to check any of them, please let me know. Anyone? So we'll go back to the presentation. So we created some scripts here and we given some permissions to that particular script using chmod command, and we ran that particular script. And automating tasks, you can use cron tab. Okay, okay, yeah, we can see that, I guess, yeah. I will let you know how we can use cron tab. And you can do this kind of in your local machine. Okay, create a basic script with using some echo commands, and you can try m or apt commands to install a software, and you can create a sample user ID in your local machine and give a try. Okay, whenever you got some time. Okay, guys, now you can unmute yourself, and if you have any questions or if you want to have any discussion, we can do that now. Saida, Fazil, or Harika? Any questions?
Hi, Vamshi.
Yeah, hi Fazil.
Yeah, like I have doubt in accessing variables. Like we use dollar symbol, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
like I'm getting confused. Like dollar symbol. If we use dollar symbol, like we can access variables, and we can use as like it as command, right?
Yeah, yes. Let me see. For example, here, right? Name is Vamsi. Okay. Age is 100. To access these two variables, right, you will use dollar symbol. So whenever you use dollar name, right, you can access to Vamsi. Are you clear now?
Yeah,
Or else,
actually, I actually I'm clear, but uh, when I'm seeing long scripts like in project, I'm getting confused. Like in long scripts, they will be uh, uh, like using as reference. Like for example, they will be initializing somewhere and using here.
hmm.
Yeah, sometimes like it also acts as like syntax, right?
Yeah, for example, in the same file, right, you can access details from anywhere to anywhere.
Yes, yes.
For example, let me check any cell scripts online. See, basically, right, whatever we are seeing currently here, currently you're storing this Vamsi value in name variable. Okay. You want to access name, right? Then you need to use dollar. That's the only simple basic thing. Actually, previously I got confused, like I given dollar there and I'm accessing values again with dollar. So that's why we got couple of errors. But this is the actual declaration of variables and displaying the variables. Okay, coming to your question, right? For very long shell scripts, let me go through any of the shell script in GitHub. We'll get some clarity. If you have any example, you can also share your screen and share it with me. So I can also look into it.
Well, I joined with mobile.
Yeah, okay, okay. Got it. Mhm. Let me ask ChatGPT to create a sales script. Oh, ChatGPT is also speaking. Hmm. Okay, so you can see my screen, right, Fazil?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, this is like currently we have multiple variables, name, age, city. We are accessing variables using dollar. Okay. So here, right, if you see dollar, A is directly referring because at the high level they are using dollar, right?
Yes.
So whenever you have to use dollar at only once. Okay. So it will be
Okay.
applied to all the different things. In the inside brackets, you can use city, you can use age as well. That's not an issue. For example, here, right, they are running a simple if condition. See, if you see the observation, right, if here ends with fi. Okay, that's how it will work. If fi, there will be an else statement, and this is the condition. The condition is nothing but gt is nothing but greater than.
Greater.
Okay, lt means lesser than. Okay, if age is greater than 25, then it's like you're over for 25 years old. If you use lt, right, that will be like less than. Previously, we have done iteration, right? Like for loop, in the same way, they are doing this 1, 2, 3. We given like 1, 2, 5. They are giving like 1, 2, 3. So each value will be accessed once and it will be displayed. Okay.
Yes, Vamshi. Okay.
Okay. Mm, yeah, Saida and Harika, right? Yeah. You guys have any questions? Okay. So, Fazil, you said you're currently working with Bash, right? So, where you're using currently? I just want to, then let's have some discussion and then we can wind up
Yes.
this.
Currently working in CJ, Vamshi.
Working in?
CJ company.
I'm not not asking about company and all. I'm just asking
Okay.
about what is the work you're doing on Bash.
Unix support, Vamshi.
So, like for example, you have a log file. How you will check in your thing?
Mostly we use tail command only, Vamshi.
Mm,
Like we get threshold messages, right?
yeah,
Threshold
yeah,
overflow. We'll get we'll use tail command and we check the overflow messages
yeah.
and we'll
Okay.
verify and we'll close the ticket.
Okay. So basically, you have admin access there in your machine, or you'll just have a read access.
Only as of now, I'm right fresher, Vamshi. Only one
Okay.
year of experience.
Mm, okay.
They have given me QA access.
So you have in QA, right? I mean, maybe not QA, maybe in dev, you can give a try like these commands. You can use these commands. Okay. I don't prefer that one as well. If you have any testing environment, right?
Okay.
Maybe at that time you can give a try. Again, you guys wanted to see how this virtual machine will work and all, right? You have to install this Oracle VM virtual box and you can import, like you can just need to add, there will be some Ubuntu machine, something like this. You just need to import that one so that you will get complete new machine in your Windows system. And you can do all the things like whatever you can do in a normal Linux machine, you can do everything in your local machine. But my suggestion will be like at least you should have a minimum of 8 GB RAM. I'm sure everybody will have 8 GB RAM. If more than 8 GB, right, that will be very good because it will run your system very smoothly, or else you have to struggle a lot. Again, you don't have any machine or something, right? Yeah, there will be online emulators as well to learn Linux, but you will not have complete access to all the environments like, yeah, online terminals. From tutorials points also you will have something like this, and there will be a lot. Mostly I will prefer this virtual box so that every time whatever you do, right, all the details, everything will be stored here. So you no need to create everything from scratch. Okay, so we gone through everything. So today we gone through how user and group management and package management, installing, removing, updating software. We just given some basic overview of that one. And then we gone through a couple of shell scripts. So basically it's all depends on what's your requirement is. It's not like we are using for loop here, if loop here. If your requirement is like, for example, Fazil explained, you need to check the tail for every 2 hours or something. maybe they can automate something like this. They can automate that particular task, and you can do something so that every time, every 2 hours, there will be file will be generated. So we have to go to that particular file and we need to check. Maybe it's not a sensitive data, then you can send that to an email and see. So it's all depends on you. Example, every 2 hours you want to insert CPU utilization in database. That also is possible. Okay, using these cell scripts and all. Okay. Okay. So I'm stopping my recording for now.